back with another video. And obviously you can tell I got kind of like a background thing. Basically it's just a blanket that I thumbtacked up in the ceiling. But you know, it's better than nothing. So anyways, today I wanted to talk about this whole thing going on with Twitter and Trump, and how Twitter is fact checking Trump. And it's just really ridiculous. So basically, what started this whole thing was Donald Trump was, obviously tweeting and talking about the whole vote by mail thing that I talked about in yesterday's video. And, he mentioned all of this stuff, and he was basically, like, clearly opposing it. And Twitter came in and they fact-checked his tweets. And they used, I guess they fact-checked it by using, like, CNN and Washington Post or whatever. Like, it cites its, like, sources, and that's what it used, apparently. Which is, funny in itself. But so they fact-checked him, and it was clearly stupid. Like, it was clearly not correct, But so many people are, like, thinking that it's true, and they're like, oh, well, Donald Trump was lying. No, he wasn't. He wasn't lying at all. So here's the clip of Trump talking about the whole vote by mail thing.
This has more to do with fairness and honesty, and really our country itself. Because when that starts happening, you don't have a fair, you have a rigged system. You have a rigged system, and that's what would happen. So mail-in ballots, and the governor of California did better than I could ever do in terms of explaining. When he sent out, or will send out, and I don't know, I think it's maybe partially already done, millions and millions of ballots to anybody in California that's walking or breathing, many of those people don't have the right to vote. Well, they'll be voting. And you know what? We're not going to let it happen, because you're subverting our process, and you're making our country a joke. And the Democrats are doing it because, in theory, it's good for them, although last week we won 2 big races.
Okay, so now obviously Trump is clearly, passionate about this. He clearly wants to do something about it, and, he's in the right. Yet Twitter still fact-checked him. They fact-checked him. It's so funny. And they just completely got it all wrong. And so what happened here with the whole fact-checking thing is, so obviously, like I said, they used like CNN and Washington Post, and they used leftist, opinions to fact-check what Trump said. They basically just said, this is wrong because we don't agree with it, is essentially what they did. And so many people this is a really big issue, because, so many Americans already think that Trump is like a liar and that he's like the worst human being ever. And now this is happening, and people are sitting there and they're like, well, Trump is just, look at him. Trump is so obvious. Like, he clearly just lied. He got fact-checked. Like, and the fact-checkers are saying that it's false. So that means Trump lied and he's a horrible president. When in reality, Trump didn't lie, and he's getting fact-checked because the people who are doing the fact-checking, the people who run the fact-checking process, and do that, they hate him and they disagree with him, so they're like, no, that's wrong, and and there's proof too. The boss, or like the leader, I don't know, the person who's like in charge of the whole like fact-checking thing on Twitter, actually like is really, really anti-Trump, and he like calls him like a Nazi, and he's super radical, and it's crazy. So it's so clear and it's so obvious that it's all propaganda, and they're doing it because they don't agree with him. And also another point that I would like to share is that, Twitter, like social media platforms like this, where it's essentially just like, it's a platform, and it's there for people to like express their opinions and to talk to each other. And, it's not, basically what I'm saying is it shouldn't be regulated. Like, they shouldn't be able to like go in and like choose what people can say. Like, it's I was watching a video on the Daily Wire, where I get a lot of my information, and the way that he explained it was like, so if, you know, like a phone company, obviously they can't, you know, listen to your conversations and be like, oh, no, that's wrong. No, you can't say that. Nope. Like, they can't do that. So, and it's very similar to like what's happening now. So like, why should Twitter be able to come on and be like, no, you can't say that? Like, it's not, I mean, that's just like, that's an issue that goes against our First Amendment rights. I mean, it's First Amendment. It's first for a reason, that it cannot be infringed, and that's what they're trying to do. And it's even worse though too, because like if Twitter wasn't like really that big of a deal, if it was just kind of like a little, you know, thing, then it wouldn't really matter. It'd be like, okay, well then just don't use it. Like, but the problem is, you know, so many people use it, and like it's so like widely used, and people rely on it to get their information, and people rely on it to, you know, talk to other people and to like express themselves, and it's huge. It's a huge platform, along with all the other social media platforms like Instagram and stuff like that. They're huge. They, you know what I mean? So it's like, you can't just go in and choose what you want to be shown or like talked about. Like, you cannot do that. That is such a violation of our rights, and it's ridiculous, and it cannot happen. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. It's just a short little video just expressing my opinions on this whole thing. And like, I mean, it's really just, it's sad to see this type of stuff happening every day. But yeah, so that's gonna do it for this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, turn on that bell notification, and if you disagree with me or anything like that, you know, feel free to comment. Just, you know, be sure to keep things civil and respectful. I like to keep my channel respectful, and try not to have many, you know, attacks and like, you know, arguments and hostile behavior. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.